Hello everybody, hello, welcome in, happy Friday. How are we all doing today? Let me see here, let me go down the line before we start going in. Hi Lilac, thank you for redeeming your park entrance. Also hello Scorpy, how you doing today? Let me turn on the webcam for you guys. Because today we are going to be doing some model kit building. We're going to be building the... let's see here. We are going to be building the Saber Tiger Schwartz version. Let me go ahead and try to turn on this webcam for you guys. Oh, hang on. Why? Oh, it's not plugged in. Hang on. Give me a second here, guys. There we go. Okay. There she goes. Perfect. Okay. Alrighty. There she goes. Alrighty. So, today we are going to be building the the RMZ Saber Tiger Schwartz version. So this is part of the RMZ Zoids line, but also what I kind of want to do as well, because I just got this in, and I kind of want to do a little bit of panel lining, so we also have the Premium Bandai Hazel. So this is the Gundam TR-1 Hazel Custom. It's a Premium Bandai kit that I managed to snag off of Big Bad Toy Store. This is actually, like, I think my second overall Premium Bandai kit. And I'm pretty excited to actually start building it. But what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to do a little bit of panel lining for it. Now, we're not going to be building it, right? So we're not building it. But I do kind of want to get it prepped for when we actually get around to building this thing. Let me see here. So, there is tray number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Before we actually move on to the Zoid. Probably not going to panel line all of it tonight, but we'll probably panel line most of it. We'll see how the night goes. Alright, let me get this all settled in. Kind of start opening things up. How is everyone's Black Friday, though? How is everyone's Black Friday, though? For those who celebrate it. There we go. Yeah, for those who celebrate Black Friday, did you guys go out and buy some stuff? Because I know they got a lot of pretty good deals today. Because I know in the village where I live, it was packed. Like the streets were completely packed, full of people, right? And it was kind of hard to walk in a nook, just because he got really jumpy with people. And that's something I don't really want him to do. Also, I have been told that there are going to be some color correcting pieces. So I just got to figure out which ones those are. Okay. So, let me go ahead and raise that up a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Let's see here. I'm good. Working on my... That's really nice, Lilac. I hope it turns out really pretty. Alright, so let me go ahead and move all these over. So what I'll probably do is maybe next week I'll probably snag some Citadel paint finally and kind of work on more dry brushing. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So this is... It's not a white. It's more of like a grayish off-white. So I think we'll... Let me see here real quick. Because I want to be a little bit correct. Okay, that works. Okay. Yeah, so that works. So I want to use the correct colors. So I don't want to like grab the black if it's white. Because typically with panel lining, if it's white, you go with gray. If it's any other color, you go with black. If it's yellow, if it's like yellow or orange, you go with brown. But here, you go with gray. I mean, technically, you could go with black. I mean, it's your model kit. You do whatever you want. Me personally, I just stick to what I have learned. There we go. I'm just gonna wipe that off. If we slip, that's fine. You can always just... You can always just go back and wipe it off. It's Gundam markers. Also, hang on real quick. And I forgot to go into the stream office in my server. Or anyone who wants to pop in and chat while I'm doing this. There we go, just kind of fill that in. Also, I want to sit here and say that I am an affiliate with HobbyLink Japan. HobbyLink Japan is your #1 hobby store in the world for all of your Gunpla needs. The best thing about HobbyLink Japan is that it all comes straight from Japan. Use the chat command code !HLJ and it'll take you directly to the website. And if not, there is the panels down below. HobbyLink Japan is also having a massive Black Friday sales with tons of brands and products that I think you'll like. Things like Gunpla, Anime, Kamen Rider, etc., etc., etc. And even things like just regular old military models. And since it's a Friday night, we can go as pretty much as long as we want. There we go. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit on the depressed side. Because this is going to be the last year I'm going to have like Christmas and Thanksgiving where I have family that's close by. Even whenever I lived on my own, I still had family that were more or less close by. But I'll be moving down to Tampa, and I will be pretty far from any form of extended family. So next year is going to be a little bit on the espresso depresso. I will say this, though, is that the holidays are rolling around, and suicide rates and depression spike during this time of year. So I do want to say, like, check up on your friends, check up on your homies, check up on your brother, your sister. You know, just check up on people. You may never know. You never know what they're going through. You could always use a friend. There we go. And Bunny is doing good. He's sleeping. Oh, that's cute, Lilac. Well, make sure you pet your rabbit for me. So we're almost done with this tray. But yeah, this is surprisingly like one of the few instances I have seen on Big Bad Toy Store where they actually sold premium Bandai kits. Because they never really do. I've only seen them do it like maybe like a few times. And it's a premium Bandai kit that's not like a Gundam Wing or Gundam Seed kit. Because obviously they have done it before in the past, but it's like I mentioned, like either Gundam Wing or Gundam Seed. But I never really see them do anything outside of that. Okay, so that looks like it's done. So we can now put that back in the box. Let's actually grab. So we do have all of this gray here, this grayish white, so. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Now, this is also apparently an older Master Grade kit. I don't know. I actually forgot how old this is. It's not old enough to where it needs screws, which usually that's pretty indicative of a pretty old Master Grade. Because back in the day, they used to include screws in their Master Grade kits. And now, thankfully, they don't. And in terms of my collection, I think I own maybe... No, I only own like one other Master Grade kit that is, in fact, a premium Bandai kit. Which is the Master Grade Nataku. There we go. There we go. So then, see here, for the head, I'm gonna put that off to the side, and I'm gonna grab the black to fill in these little vents. Kind of fill in all these little holes slash vents here in the head. There we go, like so. And let's see here. Look at the instructions real quick, because instructions have a clear colored image of the mobile suit in question, because I have been told that there are some color correction on this kit. Let me actually look at the details. There are mainly, so this, where's my little poker at? So that right there is a decal, so that would be right there. So what we're gonna do is paint that. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and paint that. And you know what, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a little bit of a base to it before I just jump straight in. So we're gonna grab a little bit of some of our wonderful friend, Mr. White Fang. Or I'm sorry, Mr. White Scar. Which will give us a nice little layer to work off of. And then we have our little soap water. Probably should have grabbed a bigger brush. Real quick. Let me make sure I got this paint all nice and even here. Hang on, chat. I gotta take this off screen. So that way I can get this all nice and there we go. Perfect. There we go. Let it soak in the. Let it soak in there. Just heads up with the Saber Fang. They have real metal springs that have and entirely too small to keep them in place. So okay, yeah, no, thank you for letting me know, Talon. There we go. So we're gonna let that dry. Yeah, we're gonna let that dry. And then for the head should be fine. Oh no, maybe. I got so frustrated with it that I had to put it down. I'm sure it wouldn't be too bad. I have built more annoying model kits in the past. I have built the Aoshima Mechagodzilla, and that had some crazy ass wackadoo constructions going on. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, so we're gonna let that white scar dry. Because for right now, what we're doing... Yeah, so what we're doing now is that we are hand-aligning this new gunpla kit that I got. So I just got this in today. And this is not the kit that we're going to be building, but this is more or less going to be the next kit that we're going to be building. So I kind of want to prep this one. Yeah, I want to prep this one before we jump into the Saber Tiger. Also, chat, so I actually got like a notification yesterday. Yeah, so I got a notification yesterday about one of my streams got demonetized, which is funny because I'm not even nowhere close to being monetized on YouTube. And it was the stream that I think it was like from a couple of nights ago. And the reason why it got demonetized was because a video that we were playing had copyrighted music, and it wasn't singing or anything. It was just music. But apparently that was a big no-no, and my video actually got completely demonetized. It wasn't blocked or taken down, but it was just completely and utterly demonetized. Which, for me, it's like, okay, this literally has like no effect on me. I honestly just thought it was funny that YouTube was just like, hey, your thing is demonetized. You can't make money off of it. It's like, oh, okay. That's neat, I guess. All right. But how's your day, though, Talon? How are you spending your... almost said Valentine's Day. How are you spending your Black Friday? Did you have to fight the hordes of people? Like how I used to back whenever I used to work at a Target? Well, I would say fight hordes of people, but whenever I worked at Target, it was during the COVID lockdowns. So there really wasn't much of a Black Friday. Hey, Legend, how are you doing? Thank you for redeeming first. Let's see here. Not really. Just popped in to get a few groceries. That's fair. That is completely fair. Howdy. Hey, how's it going, Legend? How you doing? How is your Black Friday? Alright, so we're almost done with this. There we go. Gotta quickly mop that up before it actually dries. Alright, so, speaking of which, I do believe this white scar is dry. Yep. Peaceful, not going out there. I value my skin. Honestly, that is fair. That is fair. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and move this all in. There we go. So we got this one little camera painted. Because in the stock model, it's a sticker. But I say to that, no. How about we just paint it instead? Because I don't like stickers or decals on my Gunpla. They don't look that great. Over and paint the underside of this beam saber. I personally, when it comes to Black Friday, since I'm more or less a shut-in, I pretty much just buy all my stuff online because I don't personally want to go out there and start roughing some people up for discounted items. Yeah, no, it's like, honestly, shit ain't worth it. Although I feel like Black Fridays are kind of like, I feel like they're kind of dying down. Ever since, like, Amazon became more and more prevalent, and you could just get shit online. Which, on one hand, it's really, really nice, but also at the same time, nowadays, people don't do things like launch parties anymore. At least to my knowledge, I haven't really seen, like, a proper launch party for like a game or anything in a hot while. They're pretty diminished, yeah. That and there's year-round sales. Oh yeah, no, like just about almost every store will do like a special kind of sale that almost kind of nulls out like Black Friday crash outs. And it's something that whenever I have kids, I will tell them the fables of Black Friday and show them videos. And I'll be like, see, this is what Daddy had to fear when he was your age. And just show them just how quickly humans just can become animals. But yeah, now there's just like year-round sales, and I mean, like, shit, there's things like Steam sales like almost all the time, which actually reminds me of something. I gotta do my due diligence right now because I'm trying to. Hang on, let me see. How much is Dead Space 2? How much is Dead Space 2? Oh, $4. Oh, fuck yes. Hang on, chat. It's like $80 off, or 80% off. Oh fuck yes, we are 100% getting this. There we go. Okay. Also, the lines from movie openings. Yeah, that's the other thing. Because, like, sometimes when a really hyped up movie would come closer to theaters, or the midnight release of a certain movie would come out, oh my god, it would be like an absolute spectacle. Like, I remember when Avatar, like, not The Last Airbender, but the Blue Furries, when that movie came out, oh my god, it was like the event of the year, right? There we go. Like, you had to be there, right? You just had to be there to experience it. And it also kind of gave you, like, a sense of community with your fellow nerds. I think the last time I ever really saw something like that was the Power Rangers movie. Granted, I didn't see people, you know, pull up in full-blown cosplay. There probably were some people, but not the theaters that I went to. I saw the lines for episode 1 of Star Wars on the news. Yeah, like, people, again, like, people tend to forget just how big Star Wars was. Like, almost every movie that came out was, like, an event. Hell, even, I would even say, like, even, like, the Mary Sue trilogy. Like, even then, those movies, as shitty as they are and how much they ruined Star Wars, hell, even the Mary Sue trilogy had, like, stuff like that. Like, when The Force Awakens came out, oh my god, like, people were, like, going bananas. But then when they realized that, oh, right, the movie's awful, and that quickly, those crowds of people just quickly disappeared. TLDR, fuck Disney Star Wars. Which also, speaking of Star Wars, I'm just gonna say it. Mandalorian, not impressed. Like, the show The Mandalorian was not that impressed. I mean, it was cool, but it was, at least to me, it was way too overhyped for what it was. I saw The Force Awakens in 3D with the glasses and all, and I think that was the last movie I went to see. Put a damper on that. Oh yeah, no, like, everything, just about everything that came out of Disney Star Wars is hot shit. Like, it is straight up garbage. Like, Disney they flat out killed that franchise, and The Acolyte is a joke. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. The Acolyte was a fucking joke. And I'm so glad that shit show got canceled. And yeah, no, the Mary Sue trilogy just, I think that was the thing that made me just completely just turn off Star Wars. And it's funny because, like, I grew up with the original trilogy, right? It's so depressing because you know how it ends. Yeah, kind of, yeah, where, you know, they die. Quote-unquote spoilers here. But it was, to me, it was just overhyped. Like, people were telling me, oh, Grarl, it's so great, it's so great. You gotta sit down and watch the show. You gotta sit down and watch the show. It's really, really good. I sat down and watched it, and I didn't care. It's like Rick and Morty. I sat down and I watched Rick and Morty, and I was just like, I don't fucking care. You know, say what you want about Taka, I kind of have to agree with it. with him is that Rick and Morty is a show where dumb people want to feel smart. Because the creator of Rick and Morty acts like a know-it-all jackass. Like he's one of those pseudo-intellectuals. I grew up with the original trilogy in the books and the games. Same here. No, like, same here. I grew up with the original movies. Although I grew up, technically, my quote-unquote trilogy was the sequel. Or, no, I'm sorry. Not the sequel. The prequel trilogy. Which, I will say this. Yeah, the dialogue in those movies are not the best. Right? The dialogue in the prequel trilogy are not great. They're not. But they were imaginative. You can feel the passion in it. You can feel all that stuff in the prequel trilogy. Like, you can feel the heart there. The Mary Sue trilogy and just about everything that came after it, outside of, I think, maybe Rogue One, just feels like soulless corporate bullshit. Which I will say, Rogue One was probably the last great Star Wars to come out of the movies. The sequel trilogy felt like it was all for memes and online chart. No, or as I call it, the Mary Sue trilogy was basically just fan fiction for certain people, and it was meant for shippers. It was 100% meant for, like, shippers. And without going further into politics, it's like, if you know, you know. Especially since a lot of the stuff that was featured in the Mary Sue trilogy literally broke the established lore of the universe. For people like Rey. There we go. Alright, so we can put that up. I gotta pull up Rey again. Although I will say, though, the Mary Sue trilogy did give us some good things. There were some good things that came out of it. And that was the memes. It was the memes, was probably the only good thing that came out of it. Maybe Kylo. Because I will say, Adam Driver is a really good actor. Like, I've seen him in other movies. He's a really, really good actor. It was just like he was just given a god-awful movie series. See here, the radar technician skip. What movie did that come from? Was that part of the Mary Sue trilogy, or was that like Rogue One? And how it comes out, and how and how it has come out that there was no plan. Yeah, no, there really wasn't. And okay, I'm not gonna also knock it completely because, like, hell, even the original trilogy made up the story as they went, right? But the thing is, like, what kind of separates that from the Mary Sue trilogy was that, at least when it came to the original trilogy, it was told competently. It wasn't just like one moment it was they're on the ropes for their very lives and then just complete tonal whiplash the next. Or the fact that it just made sense. Like, one of my biggest sticking points to this entire plot for the Mary Sue trilogy is the resistance. Like, okay, I'm sorry, whomst are they, like, honestly, whomst are they resisting? I need to know. Because apparently, the First Order was not a really known threat, as far as I'm aware of, so who the fuck are they resisting? Because it seems like the New Republic seems to be going all hunky-dory, peachy keen and everything. Like, everybody seems fine. Like, who are you resisting? I'm tired of the mystery boxes. I am too! No, I'm so sick and tired of it. It's why I don't like, what's his fucking name? The guy that directed The Last Jedi. What's his fucking name? Because I think he also made those shitty Star Trek movies. Forgot his fucking name. There we go. But hopefully with these colossal failures... JJ, yeah, I'm tired of this. Johnson, subtroverted... Ryan Johnson. That, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm tired of those two. Ryan Johnson and JJ. And I'm thinking, like, with these box office failures and how even, like, show failures, right? Like these, like, TV show failures. I'm really hoping that Disney actually takes a hint and stops with fucking Star Wars and just let it rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let the franchise take a breather. Because every time I see something new from Star Wars, I'm just like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's just too damn bad. Here's more Hollywood slop that we are going to tell you you're going to like, or otherwise you're a horrible person if you don't like it. Which, honestly, I'm also getting tired of hearing as well. It's too late, they're already... come on. I can't wait for this franchise to just die a horrible, miserable death. And that's, you know, and I really shouldn't be saying that, but no, it's true though. I really do hope that this franchise does die. What they should have done was the set sequel trilogy in the future. No, they really should have, because they would have made more sense. I'm joking, they didn't expect to announce. No. Honestly, Legend, considering how Disney is, that doesn't surprise me if they actually said that. And to be honest, that's kind of horrifying that is an actual possibility. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just the next decade? Oh, that makes it... Oh, God, that makes it so much better. Not really. And the thing is, like, they keep wanting to set it in the same timeline. as the original trilogy, right? They don't want to have it to where it's in the far, far, far future. No, they want it set in like a couple of decades after the original trilogy. It's like, no, just let those characters rest. You already bastardized them. You know, you've already, like, bastardized these characters, so just let them sleep. They had the entire extended universe separated from the Skywalkers, but no. Yeah, exactly. And I'm so upset because my favorite race, because of Disney, are like, oh, that's not all the extended universe is no longer canon anymore. My favorite race of all time is no longer canon, which is so sad because they have the Chiss, which the Chiss worked with my favorite Star Wars race, which are the Cyruk. The Cyru or the Cyruk are my favorite Star Wars race because they are spacefaring dinosaurs that make their machines powered by pain, torture, and suffering of sentient creatures. That's fucking metal. To the point where these dinosaurs were such a nuisance that it actually had to take the combined strength of, I think, the remnants of the Empire and the new founded Republic just to not even beat them, but just to, you know, haul them off just for a little bit. And that also means is that the Yuzong Vong are not canon. And that makes me even sadder. Because the Yuzong Vong were a really, really cool enemy. Because they also really remind me of Tyranids from 40K. Because if you don't know what the Yuzong Vong were, so the Yuzong Vong were I guess not an outer dimensional, but they were outside of the Star Wars known solar system, known universe, right? So they came from a whole nother universe into the known universe in Star Wars, and they caused massive devastation. And what's really interesting about them is that every single thing that they use is a living sentient thing. Extragalactic race, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so like their swords or their spears are like these weird dragon-like vipers. Or their ships would basically be like a living creature. Like it's biomechanical on fucking steroids. And that's why I say, like, the Yuzong Vong really reminded me of, like, Tyranids. Because I love my Nids. Like, I really, really love my Nids. I want to use this. They had living planet ships, yeah. But Disney's like, that's not canon anymore. That's not canon anymore. Our canon's better. It's like, no, shut up, Disney. It's not. Your canon sucks. I'm sorry, but your canon is awful. Are you making the Gundam Alex? No. So what I'm doing is that I am detailing and panel lining the Hazel custom. Yeah, so I'm detailing and panel lining the Hazel custom. Yeah, I saw this on Big Bad Toy Store, and I was like, oh, I gotta snag this. So this is actually my second ever premium Bandai kit. The only other premium Bandai that I own is the Nataku. Which I will say, I got that for like a really dumb cheap price. And it's not a knockoff. And that's the thing, like, what I got was not a knockoff. It was an actual premium Bandai kit. It's just the guy who was selling it, I don't think knew what he had. So he just sold it. And it was like, I got it for like, I think it was like 25 bucks. So I was at this convention in Tallahassee. I don't know if it's still there. But I went to this convention in Tallahassee called FreeCon. It was held in FSU. And the big drawing feature for FreeCon is, well, it was free. It was free for people to just walk in, basically. Because I believe FreeCon was held by, or at least was in charge by I think it was like the anime club for FSU. And, you know, it wasn't bad. I mean, like, for what it is, for a small community, like, operated anime convention, it wasn't bad. Hey, Ronma, how you doing? And thank you for redeeming your park entrance. And now we are all in ad break baby jail. But yeah, no, FreeCon wasn't bad. FreeCon was not bad at all. And that's how I got like my first ever premium Bandai kit. And the funny thing is, like, I didn't realize it was a premium Bandai kit until I looked it up. Because I realized that the box for the Nataku was just like green. It was like almost pure solid green. And the box art was green tinted. So I was like, what the fuck is it? And so I was like, oh shit, it's a premium Bandai kit. And how much does this go for? Oh damn, I got this for a deal. Yeah, I got this for a fucking sale. Jesus. I've been playing with the gallery pins. Oh, that sounds cool. I don't know what those are, but that sounds cool. And hopefully you had a great Black Friday, Ron. I hope you got some really good stuff. Okay. So I think that's... I do believe that is all the pieces to the Hazel. I believe that is all of the pieces for the Hazel. They're okay. They're made for highlighting details, so not doing custom paint jobs like on the markers and R. Okay. All right. So I think that's going to be our next kit. So after the Saber Tiger, we are going to be building this. Let's see here. So we're going to be building this next time. This is my second ever premium Bandai kit. Okay, so which looks interesting. All right, so I forgot to put in the decals and the hose. So now on to the actual main event, and that is the RMZ's Saber Tiger. Also, welcome back from Ad Break Baby Jail. But yeah, so this is the RMZ Saber Tiger Shoeballs version, or the Schwartz version. So this one I did crack out, and I did start to panel line and paint ahead of time.
Ray,
hi Pyro, how are you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome. You actually raided in right at a good time. Because welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I am Grarl Brown. I am a T-Rex VTuber, and right now I am getting ready to build a Zoid. We are going to be building the RMZ Saber Tiger Schwartz version. And let me give you a shout out real quick once I open up the instruction booklet. Shouldn't take too long, I say that, but I probably will. But yeah, how was your stream, Spino? What'd you do for your stream? Everyone go follow Pyro Spino. He has a really, really cool design, a really cool Dino VTuber. So go give him some love here. Okay, played Oakwood, finished off Dino Blade, and Raptor, Genmu. Don't play Raptor? What? Wait, why not play Raptor? I've played Oakwood, and it was okay. I remember playing that for, like, my first ever year of streaming. Like, it was my first ever birthday stream. And it was okay. Wasn't really my favorite thing in the world, but I kind of enjoyed it. But yes, welcome in, everyone. I am Grarl. I'm a T-Rex VTuber. I am a variety streamer. I do a lot of just chatting streams. I also do gaming. I also do model kit building streams. And I also like to chat about Warhammer, Zoids, Gundam, Kamen Rider, and stuff like that. But if you do need to raid and dash Spino, I totally understand that. And thank you for entrusting me with your community. Let's see, a Raptor isn't really good. You just go into room to room, getting documents and batteries with a single Raptor patrolling the ship, and difficulty. Oh. So it's kind of like Alien Isolation, but dumber. I hate that. Yeah, we're building Zoids. I mostly do build Zoid kits. Now since I actually have some more coming in for the backlog. But here, so what this Zoid is that this is a saber-toothed tiger Zoid. It's an Imperial Zoid. It's also my favorite variant of the Saber Tiger. Also, but we also know it here in the US as the Saber Fang. kind of have to separate all the pieces. Here we go. Yep, so I do need the D tray. I need D12. Half the time it just feels like I'm shouting out commands for fucking Battleship. Alright, so... I've never seen Zoids, but the only Zoid I know of is the... Oh, okay, so that's the Berserk Führer. Zoids is good. I personally really love Zoids, obviously, because I even have a Zoids outfit. No, me personally, I really love Zoids. It's a really good show. Is it as, like, say, thought-provoking as, like, say, Gundam? No. Not at all. But is it fun? Yes. And the thing is with Zoids is that it is kind of like, the best way to describe it is, it's kind of like Gundam, but for furries, is the best, is someone like lovingly put it as. And to an extent, they're right. Because it is Gundam, but all of the mechs are giant robot animals. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. B3 miss. Oh, you suck, my battleship! But yeah, no, like, like, Zoids is really cool, and it's really cool to see, like, what they do to, like, animals that they make into Zoids. And I mean, like, they got Zoids for, like, Spinosaurus, they have, like, saber-toothed tigers, they have pterosaurs, T-Rex, ligers, foxes. So it's like the Zoids form of PR. Not really. So Zoids is basically, so what it, the more closer comparison is Transformers. Because, so, you're on a planet called Planet Z, right? And on Planet Z, there exists living metal animals. These are Zoids. Zoids are living, breathing, biological creatures. And the popular story with Zoids is that there is a war between the Helic Republic and the Gylos Empire. Very fair with Transformers. Yeah, it's... Well, they're also owned by Takara Tomy. So, they're not really brothers, they're more of like cousins. Amazon Prime. You say that, but there's actually I believe there's actually a Amazon Prime figure of Optimus. Like, you joke, but that is a thing, by the way. Just want you to know that. That is a thing. But yeah, so like, with the Spinosaurus, they have some really cool Zoids. So like, they have one that's called the Spino-Sapper. And what it is that it's an old school 1930s style Spinosaurus, but it lives up to its name, which is the Sapper, which is a Spinosaurus Zoid that is made for construction work. And it can be mounted with like either a giant rock grinder that can act as its sail, or also it can be loaded up with two massive chainsaws. And then you have the more kind of accurate, but it's the one that's more based off of the JP3 Spino. It's called the Dark Spiner. And that one acts as a living, like, EMP. So it's kind of cool. I'll take the one with chainsaws. So then there's also the Genospino, which is from Zoids Wild. And it's basically just this Spinosaurus. Now, this one is more accurate to what a Spinosaurus actually looks like. And so, its sail weapon is that it can, like, in the anime, it's on a big old arm, so it can, like, detach and it can, like, wield it around like a giant saw blade. It's like a giant earth mover. And I believe the Genospino is a big bad Zoid, or the final boss Zoid of, I believe it's Zoids Wild 0, I think it is, or Senki. But those are, like, the only Spinosauruses you get in Zoids. There are other sailbacks, like, there are a couple of Dimetrodon Zoids with vastly different jobs. You get one that's just literally called Dimetrodon. And what it is that it acts as an old school walking EMP Zoid. So that was kind of like the go-to EMP Zoid for the Gylos Empire until the Dark Spiner came around. And that replaced the Dimetrodons. And what's cool about Dark Spiner is that it can actually detach its sail, and it can be paired up with its companion Zoid, which is Killer Dome, which is a crab, and you put it on top of the Dark Spiner to get Killer Spiner. So you just have this Spinosaurus with a giant crab on its back. It's absolutely silly and nonsensical, but that's also one of the things I love about Zoids. Is that it's a franchise that absolutely lives and breathes its just sheer absurdity. And it's also old. Like, the franchise itself is pretty old, right? Like, we're talking about a franchise that's older than Transformers. And also, I also am an affiliate with HobbyLink Japan, where you can actually get some Zoids off of HobbyLink Japan, because they are having a Black Friday sale. I'm just saying. It's kind of cool. I was about to say older than the Golden Boy. That's a yes. Yeah, so Zoids just celebrated, I think, their 40th anniversary last year. Like, Zoids is old. Like, as a franchise, Zoids is it's old. Although Zoids also has a weird name, like a weird species problem. So usually when it comes to their tigers. So usually when you see a tiger Zoid, it's not a tiger Zoid. It's a saber-toothed tiger Zoid. But yet they'll label it as a tiger. Like this right here. They don't label this as a Smilodon or a saber-toothed cat Zoid. It's just a saber-toothed tiger. Or it's just labeled as a tiger. A tiger-type Zoid. No tigers, only ligers. Well, and here's the other thing, is that there are actual genuine tiger Zoids. Like, there are actual full-blown tiger Zoids. One that comes to mind is the raised tiger. The raised tiger comes to mind because it's one of the very few, like, actual tiger Zoids. Just like how, when it comes to lions, there's really no true lion Zoids. There's just ligers. Except for, like, I want to say just a handful of Zoids that are just genuinely, like, lions, right? A Zoid that comes to mind is the King Marin, which is not a liger, it's a lion. And it's a lion with a fuck ton of cannons on its mane. Another good example is Leo Blaze. It is a genuine lion. But a lot of the times when they label something as a, mainly like say the ligers, they'll label the ligers as a lion, but it's not a lion. It's like, in a weird way, it's kind of like the Gojuluses and the Death Sars. The Death Sar is just kind of like a generic looking theropod dinosaur, but they label it as a T-Rex. The Gojulus are also really bizarre because the Gojuluses are also labeled as a Tyrannosaurus, but it's not a Tyrannosaurus, it's Godzilla. I actually have a Gojulus on my dresser that I could actually show you guys. Like, it's not a T-Rex. Like, it's far from a T-Rex. Ah, crap. Hang on. Give me a second here. I'm trying to... This, what happened was that I glued this stuff too early. Ah, shit. I'm trying to at least get a little bit of clearance. Is that... Wait, what do you mean by... Is that... What do you mean... Wait, what? Oh, my waifu cup? Yeah, that's Silverveil. Yeah, no, that's Silverveil. Silverveil is my Oshi. Like, Silverveil is actually the reason why I'm here as a VTuber. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she's cute. I personally love her. Now, what's also really cool is that the regular Saber Tiger, this is considered as a feature because in the anime, during the final showdown between Van and Raven, Raven's Saber Tiger gets destroyed. And during the battle in the giant volcano, the armor actually like peels off the Saber Tiger to reveal like its inner skeletal frame, and it's actually really, really cool. It shows it on its paws and in its face. But yeah, no, like, I personally really love Silverveil. Like I said, she's my Oshi. If it was not for Silverveil, I literally would not be here. Similar to Tokyo SOS? Sorta? Not really, but yes, kind of. Because with Tokyo SOS, Kiryu is the bones of a Godzilla that they just kind of reanimated, basically. But with this final scene, it's more of like, this is just the under armor. Right, so this is all just the under armor. It's not like a living creature that they just slapped armor on top of it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Spino. I've seen SOS tons of times. Like, I could probably recite it because of just how much I have seen that thing as a kid. But I would say kinda, maybe, in some sense. So... in some ways, yes, Zoids are kind of like how Kiryu is. So, on Planet Z, there are things called Wild Zoids, and there are also things called Stray Zoids. Wild Zoids are the natural occurring fauna of Planet Z. So Zoids can occur naturally. Not like things like this. This is a combat Zoid. So this is a Zoid that has been manufactured by people for war. Hang on, I need eye. So, yeah, so this is basically a Zoid that was manufactured by people for war. Now, on Planet Z, yes, there are natural occurring wild Zoids. So not everything is... Kinda, sorta. So, again, it's more akin to Transformers, where Cybertronians are the natural occurring things on Cybertron. On Planet Z, Zoids are kind of like that. So they are kind of robotic, but they're also organic, if that makes sense. So what I mean by this is that, in fact, actually, let me actually pull up an image here. So that way I can kind of, sort of paint a picture about it. So if they get the flu, did they get an antivirus? Kind of, yeah. Like, okay, so Zoids can actually get sick. In the anime, we do see Zeke, the organoid, does actually get sick. So, like a living creature, they can get sick, and they need they need like a special crystal in order for them to, get better. So I just want to show it. No, I mean, like, honestly, I know it was a joke, but I mean, like, I'm being serious. Like, that does happen. Like, that is a thing in Zoids lore, that Zoids do actually get sick. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about. Okay, so for Zoids, right? So for Zoids, this is the evolution of their anatomy, right? Right. So this is part of their anatomy, right? So up here, so the picture up on the top is what Zoids used to be like, right? But because Planet Z is very rich in metals and irons and stuff like that. Also, I got this from my friend Phobos, so everyone go say hi to Phobos. So basically, they originally started off as organic creatures, but through, evolution, all of their organs kind of compacted into a Zoid core. Because, again, Planet Z is rich with, like, natural metals and minerals and stuff like that, where this does happen. And so this Zoid core basically became everything, right? So it kind of became everything to a Zoid. So this is their brain, their internal organ. Like, this is basically their brain, their heart, their soul, and their guts all rolled into one. A combat Zoid can take a beating. Like, you can rip a Liger's arm off, right? You can rip a leg off of a Liger. It's going to feel pain, but it can still keep going, right? It can still feel a tremendous amount of pain, but the Liger can still keep going. It's not until you completely crush the Zoid core do you actually, like, fully kill the Liger. Hi, Elder, how you doing? I just got done doing Zoid anatomy. Yeah, like, literally, there are instances in the anime where Zoids will just get up after getting, like, a leg cut in half, or their arm completely ripped off, or a tail getting completely sliced off. But yeah, it's like, as long as their head and their core is okay, then they'll just keep fighting. Yeah, it's just like, I didn't hear no bell. Like, I didn't hear a bell, motherfucker. Let's keep going. There we go. Now we have a little Carl Schwartz. And then there are things like organoids. Organoids are kind of like a smaller-ish kind of wild Zoid. And then there are things called the organoid system, where it's taken from a wild Zoid. Let's see here. Yeah, my Thanksgiving was good. It was just kind of slow, but that's okay. But yeah, so like organoids are just smaller wild Zoids that can enhance a Zoid's abilities. Like Zoids as a whole and as like a franchise, it's completely fucking weird. Like they have more in common with say Eva units and Cybertronians than say like a Gundam. Because a Gundam, you can shoot off its head and it'll still keep going. You could blast off every single limb of their body, and a Gundam will still keep going, as long as their cockpit is okay. A Zoid, no. A Zoid will be writhing in pain. I mean, like, it'll still keep going, but it's going to be in tremendous amount of pain. Also, living on Planet Z is terrifying just because of the fact that there are stray Zoids, which are combat Zoids. So there's Zoids with full-blown military equipment that can just, you know, retain sentience and just walk the fuck off. Like, literally, you can load up a T-Rex or a Spinosaurus with, like, chainsaws and a large, you know, laser gun. And next thing you know, it snapped and it realized, oh right, I'm a wild fucking animal. And it'll just go out on a rampage. So I guess would be equivalent of Megatron. Not really, because there's no, when it comes to Zoids, there's no good or evil. Like Zoids are just animals. It's the people that control the Zoids that are basically what it is. So, do they even grow? No. So, stray Zoids are just military hardware that just became sentient. So if they run out of ammo, they can just detach that Gatling gun and just keep fighting because they're you know, basically it's essentially like arming a war elephant with a machine gun and telling it to go out in the wild. Because once that thing runs out of ammo, it can just detach it and it's like, oh right, I'm a giant robot elephant. I have my tusks. It's like saying like the T-Rex walks off and it's like, oh right, I'm a fucking T-Rex. I have my claws and teeth. But hear me out with a Genobreaker alt mode. That would be really cool. And honestly, I could see that because Takara Tomy has done a collab with Transformers and Zoids. We have a Optimus Prime Shield Liger. So if this one does really good, we might actually see a maybe a Megatron Genosaur. But again, if this thing does really good. But here, oh yeah, I already read that. So here's hoping that this thing actually, you know, is successful. Because I would love to see a Megatron Genosaur. That Optimus Prime is ridiculously expensive for no reason. Well, the reason why is so that figure is essentially all of Takara Tomy's big name brands smashed into one toy. Because it's not just Zoids and Transformers. You also have the Diaclone stuff thrown in. And Diaclone in of itself is extremely pricey. So that's also why it's so damn expensive. Trust me, I've tried shopping for Diaclone toys. Because they actually launched a, and it's actually a pretty popular little toy franchise that they got going on. But it's essentially a relaunch of Diaclone. Diaclone. Pick up the phone. Hello, Michael Bay. Yeah, I got, oh god, I do not want Michael Bay anywhere near Zoids. Like, I want Michael Bay nowhere near this franchise. Sweet bloody Jesus. Hell, Michael Bay is making a Skibidi Toilet movie, and knowing Michael Bay, that's right up his alley. And I'm sad because apparently he's coming back to make more Transformer movies, and I'm so sad. Because Transformers 1 failed at the box office, because Hasbro let that movie die. I am still salty about it, and I will never get over it. They let a really good Transformers movie fucking die. Because they want Michael Bay to come back and make more, you know, multi-million-dollar crap. Featuring the Transformers. He's making a what? Yeah. He is making a Skibidi Toilet movie, apparently. This is a thing. It's quite the... Hey, Dark Lord, how you doing? Yeah, okay, honestly, Dark Lord, you kind of remind me of something. I really do want to get some more Warhammer minis. I also need to get, like, paint for my Tyranids, because I really do want to make High Fleet Tiamat. But, yeah, well, okay. I lied. It's not Michael Bay that's making the Skibidi Toilet movie, right? It is his producing company that's making the Skibidi Toilet movie. Let me clarify that. I have to clarify that. Yeah, it's not Michael Bay, but it is his company that's making it. Which, it could just be Michael Bay. You never know. It is Michael Bay. And I'm so sad about that. I'm also not holding my breath when it comes to Michael Bay, because I want him to make something that was a little bit better than Rise of the Beast. But that's really not saying much. By extension, Michael Bay is directing it. Yeah, sadly. Which, okay, and I will say this about the Transformers movies, like the Bayverse movies. We need to make money so we can have kids, so kids can have new toys. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, as much as I love Transformers, right, as much as I love Transformers, it is a kid's toy commercial. Like, let's be honest here, it is. It's a kid's toy commercial. They need to make toys. And, well, Earthspark didn't do so great, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's, kind of divisive, but that's where I'll leave it there with Earthspark. But, yeah, and with the Michael Bay movies, Hasbro does know that it's a safe bet for the toys, because they know the movie toys will sell. Well, put an asterisk on that, because the Last Night toy line didn't do great, and the Age of Extinction line was uberly cluttered with, like, simple kids' toys and, you know, toys that were meant for, like, little kids. But outside of that, Dark of the Moon did really well. Revenge of the Fallen did really well. The first movie did exceedingly well. Jurassic Park the novel was meant to be as horror driven as possible by the writer himself. The movie on the greatest, one of the greatest movies ever, but gotta sell toys for little kids. I would love to see a rated R version. Oh yeah, no, like here's the thing, Spino. And here's the thing. Like whenever, like if you ever want to hang out, I will gladly show you this video series that I found that was essentially what we were supposed to get for Jurassic Park. Like, the early concept of the movie was supposed to be almost a straight translation of the book. With some obvious, like, changes, right? With some obvious changes. But yeah, no, we were gonna get a vastly different version of this movie. There were so many rated. The one thing I have yet to see is that they can do right with censorship is the compy baby scene. Yeah, that was the thing that I think in the initial draft of the movie, that was something that they were gonna come. That didn't come out. They were going to cut out completely. Just because that was very, very graphic. Right? And there was other things that were super graphic. Like how the adult velociraptors tore apart a baby velociraptor. Like that was a little much. Or Dennis Nedry's scene, I could see also being completely cut. Or completely altered just a little bit so that it's not... so graphic, because it goes into detail about how Dennis Nedry is feeling his guts like outside of his stomach. So that I can understand. Like if they wanted to fix that. Not fix it, but censor it. Okay, so these are the bases of the legs. Yeah, so these are the bases of the legs. Although, I will say this. I do kind of prefer... And as much as I love Rexy, right? I adore Rexy. But, I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of like the T-Rex in the novel a lot more than Rexy. In terms of her coloring, I like the novel Rexy. Here's my favorite bloopers. Do you remember the... raptor fingerpin scene with the bull? The bull is fed to the raptors and the crane and the harnesses come up. The harness is all torn. It's clean. No blood, no guts, no remains. It's just fleshy. It's just freshly clean, torn up harness. Yeah, that was the one thing I noticed as like I'm older. Because that's something... It's also another thing that you... Once I tell you, you can't unsee it. Is the whole scene with the Dilophosaurus. So, if you look very carefully when she unfurls her frill, you see the wire that they pull to open up her frill. It's a very brief blink and you'll miss it moment. But once it's there, like, once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, once you notice it, you can't unsee it. I've seen that in another online blooper video. There's other things like, you can see the suit actor for the Raptors in one certain scene. Which is the infamous, like, pushing the door open scene. Like, that one is kind of funny. Also, I just want to sit here and say, like, the kids, you know damn well that their grandfather is going to be paying for their therapy bills for probably decades. Because you know damn well those kids got some PTSD. Like, those dinosaurs gave those kids some wicked PTSD. And honestly, I wouldn't blame them. Like, if I just survived a encounter with like fucking velociraptors and just saw like people that I saw that were once living, breathing human beings get torn to violent, bloody chunks, yeah, I would probably have some PTSD too. Let's see here. The blooper of how did anyone not hear the T-Rex? Well, and that's the thing, like, apparently there was going to be a scene that was supposed to explain why the T-Rex was just suddenly there. But I guess they just left it on the cutting room floor, which, honestly, I wish they could have kept that in. Because that would have explained a lot. The one scene I have puzzled is when Grant and co are in the air vents and the raptors looking up trying to hunt them. You see all the words and the letters. Yeah, that was that's from the computer screen. Yeah, that's from the computer screen. Which, yes, that does look really odd, but still. That's been a very, yeah, I mean, like, computer screens are bright. Like, people don't get it, but like, yeah, no, computer screens are bright. Especially like if you're in a not a very well lit room. Like, it's bright. Yeah, like even 90s versions, yeah. No, like TVs and computer screens are bright as fuck. You just don't notice it because, like, you're used to it. Like, we're all used to computer screens and everything. But yeah, no, like, computer screens are bright as fuck. Back in the day, which we had screensavers back then. The old tube monitors, yeah. No, like I said, people don't get, like, just how bright they were. It's why when you would hear, like, your parents say, "Oh, don't sit close to the television, it'll you know, hurt your eyes." They're not kidding. It actually will. Like, it straight up will. Here's another thing. Why is it that in every other dinosaur game must feature a T-Rex and a million raptors? Mostly because of Jurassic Park. Like, when you think of dinosaurs, you instantly think of T-Rex. Or you instantly think of Velociraptor. And, like, this is, you know, mostly for, like, you know, casual people, right? Casual people, when they think of, like, a dinosaur, especially, like, a dinosaur shooter, right? The T-Rex is, like, front and center. And so are raptors. And right, I know everything does not have to be a JP reference, but you don't understand, like, just how, like, because again, like, we're all dino nerds. But what I'm saying though is that for the average normie, right? For the average normie, you don't understand how much Jurassic Park has on the public zeitgeist. like, that put a lot of dinosaurs on the map, including what we see in, like, pop culture. And also, you know, marketability. It is also 1000% because of just marketability. T-Rex and Velociraptor, because of Jurassic Park, are extremely marketable. And also, Velociraptor also has an easy name to say. Velociraptor. And also because of Jurassic Park, it hunts in packs. So that's also where we get it from. So you could just dump a bunch of fucking raptors onto a screen. Right? Like, easy peasy. A lot of people forget that herbivores can just be as... Right. But again, we know this because we're dino nerds. But to the average normie, right? To the average consumer, when they think of big, scary dinosaur, they do not think of, like, say, a hadrosaur. Or maybe, if we're talking about scary plant-eating dinosaurs, maybe the first thing that will come to mind is Triceratops. They don't think of any other dinosaur. They don't think of, like, oh, well, a Kentrosaurus or a Lokiceratops. Yes, no, it was supposed to be Deinonychus, but Michael Crichton changed it to Velociraptor solely because of marketing. Because again, Velociraptor just has a more dynamic name outside of, like, Deinonychus. Because kids aren't going to really know how to say Deinonychus. They're going to say Velociraptor. It's like saying T-Rex. T-Rex is the only dinosaur that the public fully knows its scientific name. They're not going to sit here and look at a Triceratops and go, oh, Triceratops horridus. They're going to say Triceratops. God damn, this thing does not want to go in. Let's see, I want to see one of my favorite... Caprosuchus. Caprosuchus is actually getting a lot more popularity nowadays, and I really love that because it's actually my favorite crocodilomorph. I fucking love Caprosuchus. It is such a weird little goblin of a crocodile. Alright, hang on. We're gonna solve the issue because this thing does not wanna go in. We're just solving the issue. And there we go, issue solved. Maybe Dinosuchus? Yeah, kind of. That one is starting to get more and more recognition, but a lot of people really are starting to gravitate more towards, like, Caprosuchus, just because it's weird looking. Okay, it is a weird little gremlin of a crocodile. It's a crocodile that can run like a dog, and it has the face of a fucking boar. It strikes out because to a lot of normal people, they're going to look at Dinosuchus and it's just going to be a big crocodile. Like, they're not going to really point it out going, oh, it's Dinosuchus. They're going to look at it and go, oh, big crocodile. Because, well, Dinosuchus just looks like a crocodile. To the untrained eye, it looks like a crocodile. It's like Purusaurus. I love Purusaurus, but to the untrained, you know, scientifically inclined individual, they're going to look at it and go, oh, big alligator. But when they look at Caprosuchus, they're going to go, oh my god, what the hell is that thing? That's why I'm just like, you just gotta love fucking normies. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, I love normies sometimes. And I'm not saying like to dismiss you guys or anything, but I'm just saying like to like the untrained, you know, normie. Yeah, they're not gonna look at some of these animals and go, "Oh, that is interesting. I wonder what that is." They're gonna go, "Oh, it's a big crocodile. Oh, it's a big alligator." Yeah, like tourists, basically. It's kind of picture them as tourists. It's like, you know, we're never gonna shake off, you know, dinosaurs being, you know, scaly. Like, we're just slowly, like, the public at large is slowly starting to, you know, accept the fact that, oh, right, dinosaurs have feathers. But for the longest time, no, like, normal people just look at it and go, oh, yeah, no, like, why do they have feathers? Because a lot of people don't realize that birds are dinosaurs. Or that, oh, pterosaurs aren't birds. Pterosaurs are their own, you know, creature. They're reptiles. Because to the average person, a pteranodon looks like a bird, it flies like a bird, it's got feathers of a bird, it's a bird. But to us, we know that, oh, well, yes, it has the beak of a bird, it has the feathers of a bird, and it can fly like a bird, but it's a reptile. Which, honestly, is fine. I'm totally down with that. I'm totally down with, you know, more, you know, the average Joe taking more interest in dinosaurs. I'm really excited for that. Because honestly, that's kind of how a lot of, like, because I'm going to be real, like, and I'm not going to, like, sit here and diss a whole, you know, I'm not going to diss anybody, right? I'm not dissing anybody here, but that's kind of how, like, a lot of, like, dino VTubers are. Like, a lot of dino VTubers are more than likely just normal people who just saw the Jurassic World movies and they're like, oh, this is kind of neat. I want to learn more about dinosaurs. And then they got the autism kicked in and it's like, oh, dinosaurs are pretty fucking cool. Okay. I'm seeing all sorts of, the question is, that question was just a random example. Let me see here. I'm seeing all sorts of new dinosaur discoveries. While that is fine, there are even if previously discovered. There was one thing on the Spinosaurus tail years ago, and it's just grown on me. But why does everything else in the Spinosaur family have this tail? I don't know. I'd have to look. I'm kind of glad Godzilla has become more mainstream because that means the longevity of the brand. Exactly. No, like exactly. No, like I'm also really excited that Godzilla is now having a more wide, more of a mainstream audience, because people don't realize just how kind of niche Godzilla was for like almost his entire life. I mean, yes, he's also been a public, he's been a pop culture icon, but people don't realize that just kind of like how obscure Godzilla has been prior to these movies, right? Okay. So now we're building the wasteland, and we're actually, look at that. That's actually kind of cool. And Yeah, this thing doesn't really open nearly as wide as the HMM Zoids, but no, I'll take it. It's cute. And also, I did paint the eyes. I 100% painted these eyes here. And they actually look a lot better than what we would have gotten. Kong has taken too much of the spotlight lately. And, okay, honestly, Spino, that's fine. Right? That's perfectly fine. Especially since now Godzilla is starting to ramp up back in his home country. It's kind of nice that now we do get to see more and more of King Kong. And we actually get to see more and more of King Kong being fleshed out as his own character. Because for a while, right, so for a while, Godzilla has had a wide variety of character growth. We've got to see him be all sorts of different types of characters. We got to see him be goofy. We got to see him being serious, be a parent. We got him to get to be all of these things. So now it's kind of nice that Kong gets a little bit more of time to shine outside of just like the Beauty and the Beast story. Plus, we're getting a new spin-off of Monarch Series 2. Yeah, I need to sit down. Okay, I think what I need to do is for like maybe like a community night. I would love to sit down and watch that with everybody. Because I haven't seen the first season. I have not sat down and watched the first season. I'm gonna have to get you Grarum's on my talk show at some point. Yeah, oh absolutely. I'm down for that. Yeah, no, I'm 100% down for that. Just let me know like when and where, and I'll make some time. Yeah, and also Spino, also if you ever want me to come on as well, like just let me know like when and where. I will make some time for you as well. Let's see here. Now's a good time to watch or finish this since okay, cool. Yeah, so the funny thing is that I have not sat down and watched it because I don't have Apple TV. I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. I don't have Apple TV. So I can't just be like, ah, yes, I'm going to sit down and watch it. No, it's because I don't have Apple TV. I've been wanting to get back to Deathground multiplayer. Maybe we can arrange that. Yeah, absolutely. Just like I said, just let me know like when and where, because I am always like super easy to like reach out to and just like plan stuff. Okay, so the slot is, so it's slot up, I guess. Wait, hold up. So I'm looking at it. It's supposed to be on this side. I want to say that's it. Yeah, that's about it. I've only played the single player game. I've done both. I got a P collab next week with Tori, Jackie, and Stega, which, by the way, is just after Jackie. Her birthday is coming up. Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. Yeah, I am fully aware of that. Which I am definitely gonna have to stop by and say hi, because I absolutely fucking love Jackie. Like, I love the shit out of Jackie. I am in. But after that, I got nothing planned. Okay, yeah, cool. Like, we'll figure something out. Here we go. Let's see here. Also, speaking of like Godzilla, so the the Gacha Godzilla, the Gacha Godzilla tower defense game, Godzilla Battle Lines actually just did a Zoids collab. Not sponsored by them. I've only played it maybe like once or twice back in the day, and it's really cool. I try not to play a whole lot of gacha games just because I do have I am very like prone to like addiction and stuff like that, so I try not to play things like gacha games, which is sad because I really do love gacha games, and I hate it. The only thing I got going on is that could be anywhere. Okay, yeah. Just DM me about it. Yeah, just DM me about like your kind of like what's going on, and we'll plan it out from there. Also, thank you for the biddies. Did you hear about the crossover between Genshin Impact and Hong Kong Star Whale? It's not having gotcha. Okay, that was cute. Yeah, that was cute. The thing is, like, I actually like was really hooked onto Genshin Impact during like the COVID lockdown. There we go. Yeah, I was like very addicted to it during like the COVID lockdown era. And then after a while I literally got bored and I got mad because it's just like I'm so tired of constantly having to grind just so that way it could be like, "Oh, well, sorry, we can't let you pass because your adventure rank is not this level. Come back to us, jackass, when you have a higher rank." And I'm just like, bro, fuck this. I'm going back to Final Fantasy. And also, I'm gonna be real. I did not give a flying fuck about the story. Like, I really tried. I genuinely really tried to get into the story of Genshin. But I just couldn't. It was so boring. And the overworld for Genshin Impact it's so fucking barren. Like, outside of, like, the mobs, there's almost, like, no life. Although, I guess you could say that it made a lasting impact on me. That was cute. That was cute. Chat, that was cute. Get out. That was funny. That was funny though. I never played a gotcha game, but I would consider playing Zenless. Zenless, okay, for me, because I am a bit, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm a bit of a gooner. And Zenless is fucking dangerous for me. Because especially when they come out with girls left and right, then I'm like, oh no, you're my type. Oh no, you're also my type. I'm not a furry, but goddamn, God, I would like to just absolutely destroy you. Like, we are not breaking the fucking bed frame. We are breaking the whole fucking floor. Like, I will go flat out, just straight up primal rage on your ass. I'm sorry, it's just, not Genshin, Zenless, it's just like, a lot of the girls in I want to say Genshin. A lot of the girls in Zenless make me go absolutely fucking feral. I find two Carnos trying to high-five each other funnier. Yeah. It was cute. It's a dad joke. It's a dad joke. Damn, Grarl, tell us how you really feel. Oh no, like, I will gladly tell you how I feel. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm a absolutely raging heterosexual, and a lot of the women in those games, I'm like, oh man, you are doing something for me, and it is working. Like Nicole, just like, I'm like, oh, you're bratty as fuck, and Grarl loves that. Keep going. Or like the new Squid Girl that just came out. I'm like, when I saw her just like bending over and pole dancing on her hammer, I'm like, oh boy, I'm eating great tonight here, boys. I'm eating great. Which one's Belle? Which one's Belle? Let's see. Belle's cute. She's a cutie. But for me, there's also like Bernice, and I'm like, oh, nomine Patris. I'm just like, nomine Patris et Spiritus Sancti. Bam! Forgive me, Father, for I'm about to sin all over her fine ass. Or it's like with fucking Polkra. With Polkra, I'm like, honey, I may not be a furry, but you making me go into a full-blown fucking animal right here. You making me turn into a goddamn animal. Ooh, they knew what they were doing with that animation trailer for Polkra, I'm gonna tell you that there, boys. Oh, when I saw that animation trailer, I'm like, oh, you know, Polkra, honey, baby, sweetie, I may not be a furry, but you are making me into a fucking animal. Let's see. Okay. Any more we need to know before this takes over to the blue Twitch? Oh, here's the thing. I'm 100% 18 plus. Okay, I'm 100% 18 plus. There's another girl. She has pink hair and she has like the staff. I forgot her fucking name. And when I say her, like, me and Cardin got into an argument about which one is claiming her. I'm like, when I saw this, I'm like, Daddy quite likes you, sweetie. Why don't you come by my office real quick? I got some paperwork for you to help me file. And when I mean by file, I mean, yeah, and Yanagi, and just like, Yanagi, please, I got some paperwork for you to file. Why don't you just come and sit on my desk, please, real quick. Don't mind the hungry T-Rex in the room. You're on the menu. Like I said, I look, Bao may be a gooner. Granted, I will never reach that level amount of gooner levels like Bao. But some of those girls, I'm just like, you are making me act up here. Ooh, mama, you're making me act up. There's no laws against the fur. Yeah, I'm just sitting going like, Batman, there's no laws against the furries, Batman. I was saying that this is saying this in another stream. I want to be safe here because I'm so recent. Oh yeah, no, like, well, no, I get the whole like blue Twitch thing, but no, like I completely get that, but no, like here, oh no, we're 18 plus. Oh, we are 10,000% 18 plus here. I may not be as like lewd and stuff like that, like a lot of other VTubers, but no, we're 18 plus here. But just, oh god, yeah, no, Yanagi just, it's like, girl, you are making me act up here. The less said Cinder, the better. Wait, what? The less said Cinder, the better. What do you mean by that? Just, ooh, god, no, like I said, less said about Cinder. I again, Pyro, I don't get what you're saying. I don't, like, I mean, like, I get, like, it's, I just don't get what you're trying to say by that. Like, the less said about Cinder. I don't get it. Yeah, stupid keyboard. No, you're fine. It's just like I'm like I still don't get it. After her drama, this yeah, no, like you're fine. It's just I mean, like sure. I mean, like we're not like a drama, like no, we're not like a drama channel, but okay. Okay, anime waifu on the. I can appreciate the character designs and the outfits and stuff. There's just not much for me, and that's fine. I'm not their target audience. Oh, I'm definitely their target audience. Oh, I'm definitely their target audience. Oh, I don't know. Bao's also part of their target audience because of how she reacted to fucking Lycan. Stuff is that is the stuff of absolute legends. Let's see here. Okay, anime wife of the year for me, it's Minari Shinji. So the funny thing is, like, I haven't really watched a whole lot of anime recently. I really haven't, and I probably should. I probably should, but yeah, I just haven't watched a whole lot of. Well, I haven't watched a whole lot of like newer anime. I should say. I still remember one year that fucking Astolfo won Waifu of the Year. The fucking femboy won Waifu of the Summer. 1 year. It was gold. I ain't gonna lie. That stuff's gold. I don't care who you are, man. Girl, have you ever watched SSS Gridman? I have watched SSS Gridman, and I actually cosplayed Akane. I did a gender-bent version of Akane from SSS Gridman. Now, Dynazeon, I have not seen. That's the one I haven't seen yet. I want to, though. I really, really do want to watch Dynazeon. The femboy, or in the olden days, as they say, the trap, from Fate Grand Order. One fucking waifu of the year. I think it was 2016 that happened. It was like 2016 or 2017. I can't remember. It was back when ReZero was like at its like zenith. Right? Like it was at its peak. Hang on, let me see here. Ah, shit. Okay, this is... Oh, I can already tell this is going to get annoying. Let's see here. I'm more of a harem guy, don't I? Oh, no, we don't hate harems here. We love harems here. Like, we 100% stand harems here. I consider that being a person of fine culture. Especially if you like High School DxD. Just saying. Don't hate, it's all about variety. So one anime I would suggest if you have time is I have seen clips of that. I want to sit down and watch it. Yeah, this is, oh god, yeah, this is going to be a pain in the ass. I can already tell. I can already tell this one's going to be a ginormous pain in the ass. But yeah, that's an anime I have seen a lot of clips about, but never have actually like fully sat down and watched it myself. A lot of the times when it comes to anime with me, I have to just kind of be in the mood for it. Mostly nowadays, like in terms of like me watching stuff, it's usually like Kamen Rider that has kind of taken over that. Which, with Zets, I'm gonna be real, I'm kind of struggling with Zets. Yeah, Zets is a series that I'm kind of struggling with. Tried High School DxD, but I don't know if it's the one for me. I've watched 2 seasons, and while I don't want to get into the religious side of things mixed with the ecchi lewd stuff, I just feel mixed. No, you're perfectly fine. Like trust me, I have seen a lot of like. Funny enough, I've seen a lot of like openly religious VTubers. In fact, actually, I'm not a religious person, but I do know this one VTuber. Her name is Silent Bell. And she does a lot of like Bible studies and stuff, and it's really cozy. It's a really cozy little time. She does them like every Sundays and Wednesdays. I don't watch the whole streams. I just like occasionally like to peek in, because what I like to do is that I like to watch my VTuber siblings from time to time. Which is funny because, like, a lot of NEL's kids are Christian VTubers. Or at least all the ones that I keep running into. It's just funny how that works out. But yeah, no, like, I totally get it with like the whole like, you know, don't mix like religious stuff with your you know, raunchy rom-com. Like I completely get it, and that's perfectly fine. So okay, what am I missing? Oh wait, these are the, oh yeah, these are the springs. These are the springs I was told about. Yep, these are the springs. Oh joy. All right. So, I'm looking at this. One of the more sillier enemies I have seen was an isekai that came out a few years ago about reincarnating as a new machine. That one I have no interest in. I'm gonna be honest. I have zero interest in that one. I just find the concept just way too stupid. Oh yeah, these are. I was told to be weary about these. So I'm looking at it. Okay, so you have to feed two of them in. Okay, so you have to feed two of these things in. Oh fun. Do you really need to? Like, I'm gonna be honest, do you really need to feed these two in here? Wait, a new kit. Yeah, it has these weird, like, metal springs in them. And I'm just looking at this like, why? Why does it need metal springs? I mean, it's cool. It's a cool feature. But why does it need it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you need this? Can you skip it? Or I don't know. That's the thing. I have never built this particular Zoid before, so I can't really say. I want to try to build it just as is, just because it is new. I've never done this one before. So I don't have any real experience with it. But yeah, it's telling me that I need to push it through. And the problem here is that these metal springs are kind of soft. They're not rigid. But you're also trying to feed them through a really weird little gap. Like, you're really trying to thread the needle with these things. And there's like no other... And there's like really no other way of like going about it. Hang on, let me see something. So I'm looking at it. It looks like... Hold up. Would a magnet help? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Oh, I actually missed a step. Okay. I didn't realize that. Let me pry this stuff open real quick. So I gotta take all this stuff apart. Yeah, so I gotta take all of these apart. Just fine. So let me retrace all of my steps real quick. Guarl, do you remember the chiropractor joke I said a week? Okay, that was... Alright, that was cute, Spino. Okay, I'll give you that one. That one was really cute. Yeah, I'll give you that one. That one was cute. Okay, so I did miss a step. Oh, okay, I see now. I see. Oh, so det ska. That is ne. So des. Ah, I see now. Okay. Ah, okay. I get it now. I get it. That's why there was a little gap there. Okay, I get it now. I get it. So, actually look at it. That one off to the side, and then grab this one. Yeah, this one. So, looking at it. So I want the big shelf facing that way. By the way, how did the rest of the Pokemon go yesterday? Last I seen you were in the Viridian Forest. We were talking about Metapod Dick Harding contest and more. We actually made some good progress. So Mankey kind of carried us all the way through Brock. Once he learned Low Kick, and now we're just aimlessly wandering around Mount Moon. Yeah, so right now we're just like aimlessly wandering around Mount Moon. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so then the other one's for the other side. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so let's set those off to the side. Now for this, what we're going to do. So what we're going to do here. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. Let me grab. I think I've already made this one already, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, so that goes here. So we'll set that off to the side. Actually, no, we'll grab. Which one was this? It's gotta. The fun part is just to try to retrace your steps. Especially since now they're all outside of their runners. Okay, so we're gonna grab the one with the spring. Bring it in like so. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, this is an interesting build, but yeah, this is weird. I didn't think that they would be using springs. Yeah, so I kind of want to build this as is. Just so that way I know what to expect. I need to get a top-down rig. I guess this kit is experiment with the engineering. I think that's the case, Ranma. I think they are just like, let's kind of experiment a little bit. Let's see where this little kit will take us. I'm very curious about this. Let's see, I need to get I need to get a top-down rig. I got 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon figures I have yet to assemble. Yeah. Oh, okay, so you have like the Amplify kits. Those are really good. I have the Blue Eyes kit. It's good. The only thing I can say that's a bit on the annoying side are the... I would say is probably the tail. Just because it has that metal, bendy, wired tail. Ah, shit. Okay. Okay, we're going to be... We're going to be pains in the ass today, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, we are going to be ginormous pains in the ass. Alright, so up. Son of a bitch. I can already tell this torso I am not a fan of. Yeah, I can already tell you I'm not a fan of this torso. Because you really gotta cram that shit in here. You really, really gotta cram that. I'm not a fan of it. Gotta find the... Yeah, just not a big fan of this. There's no... Because you kind of have to keep the spring here from not wanting to pop out. But you also don't really have that much clearance to... Also, thank you for the Lark, Elder. But yeah, so like you have to cram in the spring, but also keep it in there while you're trying to cram in this piece here that's already pretty awkward. Yeah, so you already have to like cram in this piece here that's really awkward because of the fact of this is already recessed in there. And honestly, I'm just probably gonna glue the fucking springs. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna probably glue in the springs just because this is already like super duper awkward. And what would you like for Christmas, Lilac? Alright. Maybe that'll work? Lego Botanicals. Those are really pretty, Lilac. Or maybe not. Okay. Like I said, this whole assembly is just weird. Because you can't really... Because I can't really get it in there. Because how this is set up is that you have this piece right here and these have like a little notch right here, and then when you put them in, that already goes in that little recess, and it makes it very hard to slide them in. So I wish they would have just maybe cut this out, so that way you have like a free, you know, some real estate here. But yeah, you're essentially just trying to smash it in there while trying to keep the springs from popping out. And the springs are already very, very annoying. Yeah, the springs are already very, very, very annoying to deal with. Oh, these are a test of my fucking patience. I can already tell you that these springs are an absolute test of my fucking patience. No, it's fine. It's just these are just super goddamn annoying. Because it's all like in a very tight space. And it's already super duper fucking fidgety. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, son of a bitch. I don't think that the springs really do anything. Come on, just stay. Just stay. Son of a... Okay. Like, just stay. I'm starting to see why someone warned me about these. Because, god damn, these are annoying. Holy Christ on a stick, these are annoying. Just come on, just... Okay, honestly, are these even necessary? I mean, no, like, for real, are these springs, like, remotely necessary? Do they add anything or lose anything to the overall Zoid? Because it looks like they don't. Oh, come on, just... Okay. Supposed to go in like so. So it's supposed to go in with the large shelf down on the bottom. Like so. I'm about to say fuck this. I'm about 10 seconds from just saying fuck this shit. Yeah, so it's supposed to go in like that. It's supposed to go in like that with the spring in. But the problem is that these springs just don't lock in, and you're supposed to just shove it in there. Just get in there. My God, why is this so fucking annoying? There. Alright. We got one in. We got one spring in. I gotta find the other one. We gotta put in Trouble Child here. But again, the whole thing I have an issue with is just this whole, like, assembly. Right? It's like this whole assembly right here. Again, the problem I have is, again, this whole assembly is that it requires you to try to cram in. You're supposed to cram in this piece, right? This piece right here, like so, and then try to find a way for this to cram into this with a spring on it. Like, you are supposed to find a way. Because I'm looking at the steps here, right? I'm looking at the steps, and that's what the steps are telling you to do. But again, you have to somehow, some way, feng shui this stuff in there. Yeah, you have to somehow try a way to feng shui it in there. With this spring on. And it's not like this is a hole where you could, slide a string like this spring onto a peg here and slide in the hole. No, it's a hole here where you're supposed to put a peg. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. And again, you are supposed to do all the stuff with a spring on it that does not want to stay on. Like, it's like taunting, it's taunting you like, I dare you, motherfucker. I dare you. Which, I don't get why. Also, hi, darling, how you doing? Which, yeah, I just don't get why this whole assembly is just so, and then you're supposed to, also put on another spring with this whole assembly. Like, what the actual hell? I'm doing good. I'm a little frustrated with these pieces here. But I'm doing good. Son of a bitch. So you have to have the patience of a saint, all while trying to perform a balancing act, while you are trying to shove pieces in a place where, really, this construction really should just be like, eliminate this piece. Eliminate this piece right here. Or get rid of this piece right here. Is like, I get it that it's trying to make the body seem a lot more streamlined than it really is. Which is, you know, fine and fucking dandy and all. But you're trying to do this stuff while you are trying to balance this stuff out. You're supposed to try to line up all of this while trying to not make this whole assembly come apart. Somehow, you just smash it together and just fucking pray to the goddamn emperor that it lines up and it just slots into place. Alright, so... Son of a bitch! I really hate these things. I really do. Me building my Lego bonsai tree. What, that it's just... littered with so many super annoying pieces. And you're trying really hard not to just like lose your ever-loving mind on this. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Alright, maybe that will work now that I have it fully extended. Come on, just okay, there we go. Now, okay, now we got something. Now we got something. Oh, and then you're also supposed to slide in yet another spring. Why do I need to slide in yet another spring? Okay, there we go. I think I got it. There we go, finally. God damn. Okay. Finally got it. Finally got this thing together. Holy shit. That was like unnecessarily complicated. It did not need to be that level of bullshit. Like that was so unnecessary. Like these springs are just beyond unnecessary. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, these springs are so not needed. Put my Lego mini order on my shelf. Let's go, Lilac. Make sure it's all nice and pretty. Okay, There we go. Yeah, son of a bitch, get the... This thing does not... Why does this not want to fit all the way? Why does thou not want to fit all the way? I beseech thee as to why thou dost not want to fit. Okay, if I ever get the just the regular run-of-the-mill Saber Tiger, yeah, I am going to completely just say no to these stupid little springs. I'm being dead serious. This whole torso assembly was so annoying. Let's see here. You know what? Where's it at? We're gonna solve a problem here. We're gonna solve a problem. We're gonna solve a problem here. Solving a problem. If it doesn't want to fit all the way, you just make it fit. Got other pegs. Yeah, it's got other pegs that it can... Oh, there we go, finally. Nope. Nope. Still no. Because it's crooked down there. Yeah, it's crooked down there. Let's see here. If you're having trouble, have you tried Astroglide? I've never heard of Astroglide. I've never heard of that before. Yeah, Yeah, the next time I get like, yeah, the next time I get this particular Zoid, I am not gonna be putting in these damn springs. It just looks like it's just cosmetic. Just let go. Yeah, it just looks like these are just 100% cosmetic. And you can just not put them in. I'm looking at them. Yeah, so they're supposed to go down. Yeah, so it looks like they're just supposed to go down. That doesn't work though. Son of a bitch. God, fuck this. God. Just... Oh, and and it comes apart too. That's great. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Why is it that every time I get a Saber Tiger, this stuff just, there's always something that just is not right with the damn thing. It never ceases to amaze me that every time I get a fucking Saber Tiger, there's always one thing about this fucking model kit that seems to be completely and utterly wrong. Just like the HMN, okay, so like the Kotobukiya Saber Tiger, the glaring problem with that one is the shoulders and the waist. It's always the waist. It's always the waist when it comes to Saber Tigers. I don't know what it is. I don't know what is up with Saber Tigers and their fucking waist, but it's always the waist that always seems to give me the most grief. Like, it's like fucking clockwork. Like, I shit you not. And again, it's always their waist. They're, for whatever reason it may be, I don't know if it's Takara Tomy or Kotobukiya, but whenever it comes to Saber Tigers, their waists are always the biggest problem. Oh, and this... Okay. Where'd he go? I heard it fall somewhere. You know what? We're gonna take an ad break. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna cool off for a little bit. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's always these saber tigers. Every time I get a saber tiger, it's always the one that they're always like, their constructions are always the ones that give me like the most trouble with any Zoid that I've ever like built. It's always saber tigers. And it's always their damn like.
We have a new guest in the park. Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay.
Also, Angel, thank you for becoming a park guest. I am so sorry that you have to come in with me crashing out about a Zoid. I am so sorry, but thank you for becoming a park guest. Thank you. How are you doing today? Son of a bitch. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about these Zoids. But it's always their fucking hips. Actually, not their hips. It's their waist. And this one's construction are just weird. Been watching for a bit. I feel your frustration. Yeah, it's just... So, the construction on this kit is fine. It's just this whole waist section is just... I just want it to die. Like, I just want this thing to die. Okay, there we go. Got it into a place where I can kind of maneuver it. And I would say, if this wasn't like a crucial piece, I would just say fuck it and move on. But no, this is like the whole... This is the waist. Like, this is the entirety of the waist. So I can't just say screw it and move on. Like, all of this right here, this was fine. Like, this right here, this was perfectly A-okay. But then you get to the waist, and this is where the Zoid just completely and utterly just falls apart. And I get it that this is, I think this is supposed to be like their most posable Zoid in the RMZ line. But my brother in Christ, this you could have done something else with this. Like, you really, really could have just done something other than, you know, pain and suffering. Like, a ball joint would have been better. Like, honestly, I would have preferred, like, a ball joint. But you have this weird, like, disc kind of thing going. Thank you for the head pats. It's just, there's a lot of weird, like, little intricacies for this stupid little joint. Because again, you're supposed to... So there's like this half disc here, and it's supposed to find some kind of recess in here. But there's like a little border right there. So you can't really like put it in there. And the other thing, like, this would have made sense, but you have this little groove right in there that's supposed to be a stop, and there's a stopper right here. So it's supposed to go in like that. But again, what I would have liked it is if they would have just, you know, given you like a ball joint. Like a regular sane person would have fucking done. Because I'm about to just butcher this whole fucking joint. Right? I'm about to just butcher this whole thing. Agreed. So what are you going to do? I'm gonna keep trying. Just because I know this is like a key vital piece. So I'm gonna keep trying. Because that's how this is supposed to go. Because this connects to this. Like that's like a key vital part of the entire joint. So what I'll probably do... Is it too late to pull it out? I'm hoping the glue didn't settle. Yeah, the glue didn't settle. So what I'm going to do is probably just going to go ahead and start just cutting this out. I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's way too over-engineered. Like, this is kind of absurd. Like, it almost kind of feels like they want to do something a la the bigger HMM kit. See, there we go. There we fucking go. It's way too over-engineered for that shit. Yeah, they like way, like, they really, really over-engineered this particular kit. Like, it's... Ah! Son of a bitch! Ah! Mm. No, it's... No, it's just this whole model kit is way too over-engineered for what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is make it posable like its larger, like its larger counterpart, which is the HMM Zoids. But it's really, really small. And I don't even know where I put it. Or I don't know where it flew off to. I don't know where it flew off to. I have no idea where it flew off. Where'd it go? Because I thought the Zoid was going to be easy. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought this little Zoid was not gonna be that big of a problem. Is it further on my desk? No. No, it's not on my desk. Very good question. That's a very good question. Because that other piece flew off with it. How do I rewind? I don't know. No, I think it flew somewhere back, like somewhere backwards. Let's see here. Trying to find it. Where'd it go? Hang on. Just trying to find it. That's not it. That's not it either. Yeah, I don't know where it went, chat. Yeah, I don't know where it went. It's somewhere in here. Determined to find it and finish building this thing. I got all night. That's the problem of having hard wood. I tried clipping the video, but it didn't go back that far. I mean, like, it's fine. I just gotta crawl around. I just kind of have to crawl around a little bit. And it's okay. Hoping it can go flying off into this little vent here. Let's see. Where did this stupid little piece go? So that's the body, that's half of it. 'Cause I don't think I have any spares either. I don't think this thing gives you spares. Oh wait, nope, I think that's it right there. I think that's it right there. There we go, chat. Found it. Here it is. There we go. So let me see here. There we go. We got one half of it. Yeah, I can see that's like the main like torso. Actually, no. Where did the other half go? Because I don't think this kit is merciful enough for you to get like spares. Which I kind of wish that it did. Yeah, now I gotta find the other half because it flew off somewhere. Sorry if I'm like out of energy. It's just this thing has just been kind of aggravating the fuck out of me. Trying to think where'd it go. Can't have one half of it. Hang on. We're gonna go on an ad break while I try to find this piece. So we'll be right back, everybody. Okay, well, it looks like I can't find that one little piece. Is it got launched somewhere in the fucking ether. And I cannot find it anywhere. And I have now turned my entire room almost completely upside down. So what I'll probably have to do is, after the stream, I will just do one good sweep around the room and try to figure out where the actual flying hell this piece flew off to. Or I could probably look at my live feed, I guess, and try to look for it that way. Also, have a good night, Angel. Once again, I am so sorry for you coming in to me crashing the fuck out. Yeah, I don't know where that piece went and gone, basically. Is I tried looking literally just about all over the place, and I cannot find this thing to save my life. Like, what I'll probably have to do, there's an illustrator putting in stock, depending what's over. I mean, that is a good trick. I could just look at my feed on YouTube, if I'm gonna be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, I could just find. I'm actually watching my YouTube feed right now to see like where it actually went. So, okay, I think I'm at the part where, hang on. Okay, so, unfortunately, because my internet's a piece of shit, it actually glitched right as it flew off. So what I'm honestly thinking about doing right now, chat, is it is gonna bother the ever-loving hell out of me. I might call it here for the night. Yeah, I might call it here for the night. So that way I can actually, like, look for this damn thing. Because it's gonna bother the shit out of me. It is actually gonna probably bother the ever-loving crap out of me. Well, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep moving. You know what? I'm honestly just gonna keep on moving. Because I don't know where it has off-sconded, basically. So, honestly, we'll probably just keep moving. Although, it is going to bother the ever-loving shit out of me. I'd be doing the same. What, just like completely in the stream? Just out of rage quit? Because if anything, what we'll do is that if I end the stream right now, I'll do another stream tomorrow. Yeah, so what I'll probably do is go ahead and maybe end the stream right now. And then tomorrow, once I find this fucking piece, right? Once I find this fucking piece, tomorrow I'll start another stream and then just kind of continue where I left off at. Because this is gonna bother the ever-loving hell out of me. Yeah, this is gonna bother the ever-loving bejesus out of me. So, what I'll probably do... So, I am going to send all of you lovely lads... Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send all of you lovely lads over to Croc. So it looks like he's doing something pretty fun. But yeah, I'm going to go and try to find this missing piece. And then what I'll do is that tomorrow we'll start a stream earlier. Just so that way I can make it up to you guys. Hang on real quick, let me see here. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and raid over to Croc, and I will see all of you lovely folks tomorrow once I find this fucking piece. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Let's go say hi to Croc.